Let's take a look at the dev blog then, shall we? Or I can use this one. Okay. How big is it? Oh, video is here as well. Okay, cool. Submarines, super battleships, and other news. We're here to share some info about the new content that will be landing in the game in the near future. Submarines. Submarines have come a long way, if you say so. Since the announcement in the summer of 2019, we've gone through 3 tests. A temporary submarine battle event on the main server, and again a test on a separate server in October 2020. During this time, a lot of feedback and statistics were collected on the basis of which changes have been made to almost all the mechanics associated with the new ship type. Oxygen meter replaced by battery charge. Updated sonar ping. Added anti-submarine warfare capabilities to a number of battleships and cruisers. Changed diving mechanics. Yeah, this is all old news. These and many other improvements have been made based on test results, but work is ongoing, and today we will share further plans and upcoming changes. Let's take a look. Regarding the latest stage of submarine tests, the following changes have been applied. Battery power is now limited in duration and cannot be normally recharged. What the fuck does that mean, normally recharged? Depending on the nation and tier of the sub, the battery will allow for 5 to 11 minutes of being submerged per battle. Are you serious? If a submarine is detected, the battery charge is expended faster. Ooh. With a depleted battery, the submarine can only be on the surface and will no longer be able to dive for the rest of the battle. Battery charge will be an important resource for the submarine commander and will allow for only a limited time on the water, giving other ships the ability to counter submarines. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. Maybe it gets better. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want submarines to be more powerful than the ships. They were not designed to be. But this change suddenly makes subs from hunters to prey. And to be fairly honest, they are supposed to be prey when they come against warships. They're not supposed to be hunting warships. They're supposed to be hunted by warships. They're supposed to hunt the convoys, so it does make sense, but yikes, that's not gonna be fun for submarines. Let's see. The submarine's detectability radius now decreases linearly with depth. This will avoid situations where the submarine instantly disappeared from the enemy's sight. Added an underwater environment for most of the maps, including seabed relief and the underwater parts of islands. I'm pretty sure this is not how you read that, but okay. This innovation will help submarines navigate the battlefield while submerged. Due to changes in the mechanics of detecting submarines and methods to countering them, the hydrophone has been removed from... what now? Due to changes in the mechanics of detecting submarines and methods of countering them, the hydrophone has been removed from destroyers. What now? Uh... Okay. The commander skill tree for submarines has been added. Oh boy. And the skills of the other classes will be amended to counter submarines. Uh-huh. Along with these changes, players will have access to a free skill reset. Okay. I guess that's good. Do they share this with us? A new type of torpedo for submarines has been added. We will publish details about the new weapons and other new features later. Hey, don't fucking tell me you're adding a captain skill thingy and everything and then not showing me what. Fuck off. That's just mean. Further plans. The next step in submarine testing will be another sandbox test, and following that, submarines will appear in the public test of a future update. Adding a new class to the game is a serious step that requires detailed preparation and many testing stages.
Glad to be able to give something back in exchange for brilliant content. Long live Flambas.
Thank you, Hellfire. Appreciate the 7 months, dude. Thank you very much. Dennis, thank you for full year. Welcome to Choco. Almost forgot. Last year, we conducted several tests for submarines, including the submarine battle event in the update 094. The results were positive, but we have not collected as much data as we planned, because such modes have less incentive to play for a long period of time compared to ranked or random battles. Therefore, if the previous 2 testing steps would be successful, submarines will appear in a special season of Excuse the fuck me. What? 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 Actually, what do you even mean? Like, hold on. If the previous 2 testing steps would be successful, submarines will appear in a special season, I don't know what this means, but okay, of ranked battles on the main server. In general, players spend a significant number of battles in ranked, so we hope this will allow us to collect enough statistics and gradually prepare. Are they? What? How? Wait, who comes with that? Who comes up with this shit? What do you mean ranked?
Some people eat light bulbs. They say it's a nice light snack.
Ranked is a shit show. It's everything but ranked. Like, there's actually no ranked here. It's legitimately a fucking shit show right now. And they're gonna implement submarines into a competitive mode. Are you kidding me? This right here. This right here shows you exactly just how serious Wargaming takes ranked battles. Incredible. Oh my god. And I thought maybe we get better ranked at some point. Maybe they fix something. Okay. Yeah, let's step away from submarines I knew I had a reason why I stopped doing dev blogs. So let's okay. Shit, fuck me, dude. let's try and go through a couple of these things. So there's gonna be a submarine that's gonna be able to stay submerged for only 5 minutes of the entire 20-minute battle. So when you get close to the front line and you're forced to dive, enemy spots you and goes for you, you're gonna spend at least 2-3 minutes, maybe even 5 or more, underwater, just trying to survive. And then that's it. That's it. Like, that's actually it. You're gonna have no way of diving again. And you're a fucking submarine. Submarine.
Is WT worse than me yet? I keep trying, but they make this so hard.
This is incredible, chat. A submarine that cannot go underwater. Like, that, I find that very, very interesting concept. And then there's going to be subs that are going to be like in between 5 and 11, and there's going to be subs that are going to be 11. I bet you my ass it's going to be Russian that's going to be able to stay for 11. But it is natural, comrade. They are the biggest, so they stay the longest. 11 minutes might actually be enough, because that's the majority of the battle, honestly. But 5? 5? Who wants to bet this 5 is going to be the German sub? You know, the ones that were actually the best and the most popular and most successful. I can't even think about this. And then the fact they're removing hydrophones from destroyers. I'm guessing they're talking about the hydrophones that were there to detect submarines. Not the hydro that we have in a game, which is a magic spell anyway. But it still doesn't make sense. And then, okay, this makes sense. I'm glad about this. I mean, this goes without saying. No comment. I'm happy about this, but we have no idea. Like, no idea. Yeah, surf marines, that's what they're gonna be. Like, we have actually zero clue what are gonna be these skills, both for subs and for ships. New type of torpedo. I mean, that's basically homing torps. And that's where the thing stops. And then this sandbox is fine. And then the public test is fine. And then instead of implementing it in their random battles, they're implementing it in fucking ranked battles. Like, that is so illogical. So against all senses and logic. It's actually insane. This right here is probably one of the best proof you will ever get that random battles is #1 thing that wargaming cares about. They don't care about competitive. They don't care about co-op. They don't care about ranked or team battles or clan battles or anything of a sort. Their precious random battles, where the most people spend their time, is their literally #1 concern. They're willing to call something ranked, which indicates competitiveness, and make it a test season. That's just like, no. There's just no. I can't. I can't even talk about that anymore. Like, that is 9,000 IQ right there. That is just brilliant. Like, these guys are doing everything opposite. Like, literally, they're doing everything in the opposite way. But let's put that behind us, and let's see what they bring with super battleships. I'm curious, is there anything to look forward to? In one of this summer's updates, a new temporary event with super battleships would take place. These are ships that hypothetically could exist if naval doctrine had historically continued the trend of using artillery ships instead of giving preeminence to carrier-based aircraft. The new battleships will be available in the event. Satsuma, a project based on a battleship Yamato. Another one! Do we really need another one? A project based on battleship Yamato with an increased main caliber up to 510mm guns in 4 twin turrets. So Yashima with an extra turret. That's the best you can come up with. And Hanover, a version of the project H-42. Now we're talking. With 483mm artillery in 4 twin gun turrets and a secondary battery replaced with 127mm universal artillery. What do you mean a secondary battery replaced with 127? Are they supposed to be also secondaries, or are we going to be able to control these? Secondary battery, universal artillery, like... Okay. Give me 1 second. What is it? 483mm artillery, right? So that's 483 divided with 14.3, is it? Which gives us 33.7, and then you go -1 and round it down. Is that the rules of overmatch? Pen, whatever. That would be like what? 32mm pen? Yeah, for pen. Keep in mind this is a temporary event, and it's in part to test new mechanics. Not guaranteed that these ships will make it to the game. Yeah. Well, we both know how that ends up, Brett. But yes, sure. Just round it down to 33. Oh, so it doesn't go -1. Okay, so 33. Okay. That means it will be able to go through a whole bunch of ships that have 32mm bow. Which is a lot of them. Okay. During the event, players will fight on a tier 9 and 10 ships and get a special resource that is necessary to go into battle on super battleships. Intelligence reports. Okay. A new adjustment firing mechanic will be added specifically for new super battleships. Adjustment. 483mm is higher than 460, and 460 overmatches 32, so I guess. Yeah. A new adjustment fire mechanic, blah. An adjustment fire progress bar will be gradually filled by each salvo that hits a locked on target or lands within a certain radius of it. Oh, this is what we read about. When the bar is full, a certain gameplay bonus, for example, a boost to main battery reload speed, which makes no sense, is activated for a limited period of time. This can be repeated several times during battle. Several times. Why do we have a limited amount of times that this can be repeated? That doesn't make sense either, but okay. If the ship does not fire at enemies for some time, the progress bar is reset. This would make sense if they said, well, I mean, I know they say for example, but this would only make sense if they do it for accuracy. The more you shoot at a target, the more accurate your guns get. Your crew is kind of getting a hang of it, right? But not for the reload. Thus, the commander of a super battleship will be able to receive a boost in battle, but for maximum efficiency, players will need to plan their actions and positioning in battle in advance, which will make gameplay more interesting and varied. This is completely not true. Like, this statement here, this is such big buttload of shit, it's actually incredible. This is legitimately 100% opposite from truth. Players will need to plan their actions and positioning in battle in advance. Like we could literally just discard this statement right here, because that goes without saying for literally all classes and all ships. Maybe we could exclude carriers in most cases, but even them sometimes need to do this. They, not them. This is unnecessary to mention. Players will need to plan their actions and positioning in battle in advance. I mean, this is literally like a sentence filler. You can put this in any sentence. But this part, which will make gameplay more interesting and varied, how? How will this make the gameplay more interesting and varied? If anything, it's going to make it more dull and monotonous. How? Because people are going to be tunnel visioning the living shit out of one target. Because I gotta get that progress bar to work. I gotta fill it up. I have to have the best reload I can have on that ship. Monotonous, yeah. They're gonna be focusing one ship, even though that ship is angled and too far and dodging. And they're gonna keep shooting at that target because they have better reload, better accuracy, better what. There's gonna be another target that has a full broadside to them, but they're gonna disregard it because I'm gonna lose the bar if I switch targets. Interesting, questionable, varied, lies. This is completely opposite from what this will have effect. If I learned anything with World of Warships community and player base, is that they are like sheep. They just go for that one thing. There's Deadeye, I need to have Deadeye active at all times, I'll be all the way in the back. Progress bar, you need to have progress bar activated at all times. Easy. So this is not, yeah, it's an interesting idea. It's an idea that might have a chance of succeeding, but knowing the player base and how they think, this is going to be a disaster just like Deadeye, honestly. And let's take a look at the last piece. Attack aircraft changes. So, rocket planes. We plan to improve the interaction between ships with attack aircraft or aircraft carriers. As a result...
Great job on the naval combat video. Congratulations.
Thank you, Earl. Appreciate the 19 months and support. Mary, thank you for 29. Irish Taters, thank you for 14 as well. The rocket plane's mechanics will be updated. Now, before launching rockets, attack aircraft will fire machine guns in the direction of the subsequent rocket launch. At this moment, it's planned that machine guns won't cause damage to ships, but will simply indicate where the rockets will land. I have actually seen this. We were not allowed to show it, so I kind of know how this looks like. You basically have planes diving and spraying machine guns on the water where the rockets are gonna land. So, if you ever saw how the aim hack... Well, it's not actually an aim hack. I don't know how it's called. Where you actually, when a ship shoots at you, or torpedoes or guns, you get to see exactly where they will land, and which one of those will actually hit you. It's similar to that, I guess. And I think it will take them a lot of time. It was called stopwatch. No, that's got nothing to do with stopwatch. I think it will take them longer time now to actually fire the rockets than it did before. So you will have a little bit more time to actually just dodge, right? So I guess it's a good thing. Information about the location of rocket hits along with increased attack time. Yeah, there it is. Will allow commanders of maneuverable ships.
This just keeps getting better and better, Lamau.
Yes, it does, Fuzzy. It does. Thank you for 4 months. will allow commanders of maneuverable ships such as destroyers to react in time to the enemy rockets, determine the location of the upcoming hit, and engage in evasive maneuvers, reducing the possible damage. Like, this is true, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath because this will really depend on how much will they actually tweak the parameters of this. What is going to be the time and the accuracy of these machine guns between the, you shooting rockets and not? Do you actually have time to really do some maneuvers? Full stop, hard turn, and not get hit at all, or by very little? But yeah, like, if you take a look at how the FDR rockets right now are, when you shoot them, they're fired from a very long distance, and it actually takes a decent amount of time for those rockets to reach their target. The problem with FDR is that it literally covers everything. It's almost impossible to miss, because it will just bombard the entire area. I'm guessing that we're gonna have like, and you have a little bit of time to dodge, so I'm guessing it's gonna be something like that, but it's not gonna cover as much area. We'll see. A public test of this mechanic will take place in the near future. Following the news, participate in testing and leave your feedback. Blah, 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 blah. So, okay. So, rocket planes are going to give you an indication of where they're going to rocket you. And you're going to have a little bit more time between rockets being fired and rockets hitting you. So, that's good. Super battleships. This, I'm a bit worried about, because they can do a lot of things with this, and a lot of those things might not be the best. This progress bar, while in theory it's a good idea and it might make sense, especially if you do not the main battery reload boost, but an accuracy, knowing the community here is going to be a disaster, just like Deadeye. Like, this is going to be so counterproductive, it's going to be insane. That's my fear. And I'm not really sure what they meant by this. Are we just getting a different type of secondaries? Better, whatever? Or is there a new mechanic coming? And the subs, yeah, this, like, I've said it before. I'm afraid that when subs make it into the game, especially with the carrier still here and not leaving, universal secondary most likely means dual purpose artillery. So you mean they will shoot air and act as secondaries? Oh, that's good. I just thought that, especially DDs are going to have a hard time. They're going to be the bucket to kick, right? And submarines definitely need balancing, but this just does not seem... I don't even know how to call it. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say. It's a weird change. And then a couple of other things. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'll watch the video now, but I probably won't publish the video part on YouTube because copyrights. So I wanted to go through this first. If you're watching this on YouTube, please, by all means, like, share, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what you think about this. I'm curious. Some of the things we're getting here are positive, but some of them are very, very concerning. So, yeah.